Welcome to Math Simplified. This video is for 9th standard students. Please subscribe and share with your friends. We are studying real numbers. That's the second chapter. Today's topic is radical notation and fractional indices. Okay, this kind of expression is called a radical notation. This sign, the symbol is called the radical, and this value is called the radicand. This n is always a positive integer, and how do you read this expression? We can read it as r is the nth root of x. Okay, this is how we read it, and we can convert this into a fractional index like this. We can rewrite this as x raised to 1 upon n. So all the sums we will on radical notation we will convert to fractional and solve the sums. So here there's another radical notation, and we'll see how we can convert into a fractional index. So this is the nth root of x raised to m. So to remove this radical sign, we will write it within brackets raised to 1 upon n. This becomes 1 upon n, raised to 1 upon n. And then you just do an ordinary multiplication of these two indexes. So this is equal to x raised to m upon n. M is multiplied with the numerator, n is as it is in the denominator, m upon n, where m and n are positive integers. So here is another radical expression, nth root of x raised to n. So we want to remove the radical sign, put it in a bracket, x raised to n raised to 1 upon n. And when you multiply this will get cancelled out and you'll get just plain x. So here is another expression, nth root of x multiplied by nth root of y. So here we can convert it into a fractional index like this, x raised to 1 upon n, y raised to 1 upon n. Here we can multiply both, and we can get rewrite like this, xy raised to 1 upon n. Okay. Similarly for division also, nth root of x divided by nth root of y is equal to x raised to 1 upon n, y raised to 1 upon n. You can rewrite it as x upon y raised to 1 upon n. Let's go to exercise 2.5. Question 1. Write the following in the form of 5 raised to n. Number 1, 625. Very easy. Find the factors. Okay, there are 4 factors. So the answer will be 5 raised to 4. Next one, 1 upon 5. Here the power is 1. So when you bring it to the numerator, the sign will change. Positive will become negative. 5 raised to minus 1. Number 3, square root of 5. So this becomes a fractional index. So 5 raised to 1 upon 2. Square root always takes the form 1 upon 2. Cube root will take 1 upon 3. Square root of 125 raised to 1 upon 2. And then do the factors of 125, you get 5 raised to 3. Then multiply these two, you get 5 raised to 3 by 2. Rewrite the following in the form of 4 raised to n. So 16. 16 is easy. 4 into 4 is 16. So 4 square, or 4 raised to 2. 8 is 4 into 2. Now this 2 we are going to rewrite it as square root of 4. 4 raised to 1 upon 2. Okay, you know this law of exponents, that when the base is same, you should, when you are multiplying, you should add the indices. So you add it up. So 4 raised to 1 plus 1 upon 2. This will become 3 upon 2. This you have learnt in lower classes. Number 3, 32. So 32 is what? 4 into 4 into 2. Okay. So here this becomes 4 square. 2 you can rewrite as 4 raised to 1 upon 2. Now the base is same. So you are going to add the indices. This is multiplication. So we are adding the indices. If it is division, we will subtract the indices. So here 2 plus 1 upon 2, that will be 5 upon 2. So 4 raised to 5 upon 2. Question 3. Find the value of number 1. 49 raised to 1 upon 2. So write down the factors of 49. It's 7 into 7 raised to 1 upon 2. 7 square raised to 1 upon 2. Multiply it. It will get cancelled. You will get answer 7. Number 2, 243 raised to 2 upon 5. Write down the factors of 243, that is 3 raised to 5. Okay, now you multiply this, the 5 will get cancelled, you will get 3 raised to 2. 3 raised to 2 is 9. Question 3. 9 raised to minus 3 by 2. So what is 9? 3 into 3, 3 square. Okay, now you multiply this, you will get 3 raised to minus 3. Now you are going to bring it to the denominator, so this negative will become positive. 1 upon 3 raised to 3. This is equal to 1 upon 27. Number 4, 64 upon 125 raised to minus 2 by 3. 64 is written as 4 raised to 3 and 125 is 5 raised to 3. Okay, and raised to minus 2 by 3. So now you multiply each. So here if you multiply 4 into minus 2 by 3, 3 will get cancelled, you are left with minus 2. So, and here also. So, minus 2, 4 upon 5 raised to minus 2. And we want to make it positive, so this numerator will become the denominator and denominator will go to the numerator. 5 upon 4 raised to 2. So, what is 5 square? 25. 4 square is 16. Okay, question 4. 1. Use fractional index to write. So, root of 5. So, how do you write it? It is 5 raised to 1 upon 2. Square root of 7. That is 7 raised to 1 upon 2. 3. Cube root of 49 raised to 5. So, what is the cube root? You have to write like this. First 49. Find the cube root. Write the fractional index. That is 49 raised to 1 upon 3. So, if you multiply, it will be 5 upon 3. What is 49? 7 square. So, if you multiply this, it will become 7 raised to 10 upon 3. 4. 1 upon cube root of 100 raised to 7. So, let's rewrite it in the fractional index. So, it will become 100 raised to 1 upon 3 here. Then, you multiply. So, 1 raised to 7 is 1 only upon 100 raised to 1 upon 3 multiplied by 7 is 7 upon 3. This is equal to 1 upon, what is 100? 10 square raised to 7 upon 3. So, this is 1 upon 10 raised to 14 by 3. You can leave it as it is or you can take this to the numerator. So, this becomes 10 raised to minus 14 by 3. Find the fifth root of 32. So, factorize 32. You will get 2 raised to 5. Fifth root, how do you write? Like this, in the radical notation. So, convert it into fractional notation. 2 raised to 5 raised to 1 upon 5. You multiply it, it will cancel. You are left with 2. Number 2, 243. Factorize it, you will get 3 raised to 5. So, fifth root of 3 raised to 5. Write it in fractional form. 3 raised to 5 raised to 1 upon 5. You multiply, it will get cancelled. You are left with 3. Third sum, 1 lakh. So, that is 10 raised to 5. There are 5 zeros. Okay, 10 raised to 5 raised to 1 upon 5 because you are asked to find the fifth root. 1 upon 5 you have to multiply. So, this will get cancelled. You are left with 10. Okay, next sum, 1024 upon 3125. So, factorize 1024, you will get 4 raised to 5. 3125 is 5 raised to 5. So, you rewrite this like this and you want the fifth root. So, raise it to 1 upon 5. So, when you evaluate it, it will get cancelled. You are left with 4 upon 5. So, here we come to the end of the exercise. Please go through the video once again, pause at each sum and practice them.